Welcome to the podcast. It's Mr. Ish. We're here at KIPS Bay, Boys and Girls Club, Kudare Clubhouse, Spring Session. We have a few more months before summer comes along. And today's a good topic. I don't think I've ever done this topic, but let's see how interesting they can make it. Let's go around. Let's introduce ourselves. Give me your name and your age, sir.
My name is Brando and I'm 10.
Brandon, he's 10. Next.
My name is Mark and I'm 10.
Mark, and he's 10.
My name is Avion and I'm 10.
Avion talking through his nose, and he's 11. Welcome, guys. So what's today's podcast?
Today's podcast.
What is it about? What's the topic? Why are you raising your hand? We're here in a conversation.
Today's podcast is what would we name ourselves if we could?
Okay, so if you could rename yourself, what would it be? Would it be Pablo?
Nope.
No. Would it be... Let me see, I could guess a good name for you. For you, I will call you Richard.
Nope.
Okay. Well, if you could rename yourself, what would it be?
I would say Jacob.
Jacob? It's a horrible name.
Okay, maybe a different name.
He's like, yeah, I agree with you. That's a horrible name. No, Jacob is a nice name. Jacob is all right. It's better than Brandon. Brandon. Yeah, because, his is it has a little Spanish in it. So, Jacob. If he had to be Spanish, it'd be Jacob. What would be yours?
Jackson.
Jackson? Like Michael Jackson?
No, Jackson.
Jackson? Like Jackson? Like Jackson? That'll be your first name or your last name?
First,
So what'll be your last name?
James. I don't know.
Jackson James? That's a horrible name. So not even a football player would be named that. Jackson James.
Okay, let me reverse it. James Jackson.
Not even that name is good. JJ. That's what they're gonna call you. So, I don't know about that. The only JJ I know is Dynamite, and that's from Good Times. You've never seen the show, so it's going over your head. Your name, sir. What would be your name if you had to change it?
Julio.
Julio. Julio's a good name. Julio has culture.
I do have a student named Julio.
Julio has.
You got a student?
When someone
Yes,
calls you Julio,
I'm in my
they already
classroom.
know you Spanish. There's no Julio. That's a. Are you Spanish? You're not Spanish? So that's an awkward name for you then. Julio, he's not Spanish. That's like I don't even know what I would name. When I was young, I used to want to have my name. My name is Ishmael, and I always thought about having my name spelled backwards. And the name backwards is Leamzi. One of my uncles actually did it. He changed his name to Leamzi. Because all of us in my family, most of the males, our name is Ishmael. Like my dad's name was Ishmael, his dad's name is Ishmael, my cousin's name is Ishmael, his dad's name is Ishmael. So it was a lot of Ishmaels. So he changed his name to Leamzi. I never call him that. I call him Theo Blackie. Because he was my uncle and he was dark skinned. I know it may be a little racist now, but when I was 4 years old, it wasn't racist. so people had nicknames, and that was his nickname. Actually, just spoke to him today. So Julio's not a good name for you, bro. You need to think of another name. He said he would change his name to Julio, and I was like, "Are you Spanish?" He was like, "No." It would be real good to give you like the most Spanish name ever, Julio de Jesus or something like that. And then when you go to the job interview, he shows up and be like, "There's not a Julio de Jesus." And yeah, all right. So let's see what staff. What will you name these guys? What would be a good name for me? What do you think? Luigi? For who? For Brandon? Brandon, that's a good one. I think I'll go with Luigi for Brandon. Yeah, I can see him as a Luigi. What about for Mark? What do you think would be a good one for Mark? Jeremiah. He does like names with J's, so Jeremiah don't be bad. What about for you? What do you think is a good name for him? Steven? Steven. What? Alfonso. That's a good one. Alfonso de la Guardia. What about for me? What's a good name for me? Benito. No, but Benito is like it's almost like Bendito. It's like, oh, I feel bad for that guy. Again, you gotta give me a good name,
Wait, I can call
like
you. I can call you Betty Wete.
Berihuete. That's a Dominican name. That's not Puerto Rican. I need a Puerto Rican name.
Uh,
I don't have a middle name. You have to talk fast. Like
Local base.
something State Farm, Jacob State Farm, Jake from State Farm. Nah, that's what's a good name for me?
Dominicano.
No, but I'm not Dominican. So how you gonna call somebody Dominicano? Dominican? You
Wait,
said Benito. What's a good name
what
for?
about Break Jake?
What's a good name for me? Come on, Will. If I was to change my name, what would be a good name? Go ahead, William.
Plátano.
Eric? Nah, I don't look like an Eric. What you think? What you think would be a good name for me?
I don't know.
Pablito? Pablo? I don't think Pablo's a good name for me either.
Jack.
I think I could be a good Rick.
Oh, that's
This is plain old Rick. Rick Rodriguez. That's it. Or if you want to go straight Spanish heritage, Rolando or something like that. Rolly, Rolando, something that a Spanish person has to roll the R's. Rolando. But I think I like Lenny for you.
Lenny.
I like Luigi and I like Lenny for you. Huh? That's Alfonso though. We have to
I
make
can call Mark Marky. I let you call him Marky.
No, bro.
I call him
no.
Marky.
He was what was his name? I forgot his name. Jeremiah. So we got Alfonso,
Yup.
Jeremiah, and who else? And Steven. That's it. That's gonna be your kids' bay names. We're gonna make little tags for you. Just I don't know. He don't look like a
I'm a
Justin.
Justin.
No, Adrian can be the.
No, he needs a name with a J. Because
Jacob.
that's what he likes.
J.
He wants to be called JJ. He wants something Jackson.
JJ Cocomelon.
He said Coco Melon.
So
He's,
JJ, that's your name.
Huh? Promise? No. Promise is broken already. I don't believe that's a good name for him. Do you guys like those names? Do you like those names that people kind of create, like name their kid Apple or something like that?
Nah.
Like some, like famous people name their kids under stuff like that.
No.
Most of my kids' names, well, at least my son and myself, where our names are from the Bible. They kind of like have some background, a religious background.
My name is from the Bible too.
What's your name? Mark? No, never heard it in the Bible. I'm sorry. I never read it either. So I never heard it. He looked at me like, it's not in the Bible? Nah, bro, it's not there. And then one of my daughter's names is my mom and my wife's name together. That's Liana, because my mother's name is Lily, and they call my wife Anna when she was working. So we put those two together. And then Isabella, I just wanted my baby to have her name with I. So Isabella was just, whatever it's going to be an I.
It can be a good name for Liana for your daughter.
That is my daughter's name.
Oh.
He thinks I'm talking about, no, this has actually happened, guy. Alfonso. Alfonso is a great name for you. Do you have middle names? Do you have middle names?
Yeah.
What's your middle name?
Oral.
Oriel?
Oral.
Orel? Mark Orel?
No. Mark Oral Tack.
M-O-T? Mark Orel. That's definitely a different name.
Oh. It
What's
starts with
you have a
an
middle
A.
name? What's your middle name?
Eric.
Oh, his name is Eric. His middle name. So we can just call him Eric without a problem.
Eric.
No, he just said his name is Eric. Checking birth certificates after that. Alfonso, what's your middle name? Yeah, you know you're Alfonso. You looked at me when I called you. He looked at me. You know that's like when you call a dog and you're like, "Come on, here, puppy," and he looks at you. That's your name. That's your name. What's
I don't have a middle name.
You don't have a middle name? It's probably because you got 3 last names. That's what it is. He probably got. What's your full name? Your whole name? Alfonso. Go ahead. He still looks at me. Alfonso, what? Brandon, what's your name? Your full name?
Brando Torres.
Oh, Brando Torres. That's a simple name. I always thought that the double last name is kind of hard for me because I can't remember both last names. Like I could remember Garcia or Rivera, but I can't remember Garcia Rivera de la Cruz. I can't remember all that. You have to pick one of them for me. I'm gonna, especially when I was doing the door downstairs, I couldn't remember all three names. I couldn't. So, all right. So I'm laughing inside already. I have to end this podcast. You guys are boring. Alfonso, sign off.
What?
Alfonso's about to sing to us.
Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check.
Oh my God.
Check.
We just changed everybody's last name. We don't even care. All right, we're out of here.